Joe Walsh, who is a former congressman, he's the one that screamed out liar at Obama when Obama was doing the State of the Union bullshit about 3 years ago. He's a real sick fuck, Walsh is. He is now a right-wing radio talk show host. There's a surprise, huh? He sent a tweet right after the horror in Dallas. Here's what he said. "This is now war. Watch out, Obama. Watch out, Black Lives Matter punks. Real America is coming after you." See what I mean? So on Friday, this piece of shit went on CNN to defend his tweet declaring war on Obama and the BLM movement. Don Lemon on CNN interviewed this piece of shit on Friday. Walsh said that his word, absolutely stands by his tweet, and that he is, quote, pissed off, end quote, about the, quote, war on our cops, end quote. And then this piece of shit proceeded to pin the war on our cops on rhetoric employed by Obama in the wake of police shootings of black men and women. Walsh, the piece of shit, told Don Lemon, quote, "The last couple of years, Barack Obama has done nothing but hate on cops, accusing cops of being bad and racist." End quote. This is what so many white Americans listen to, this kind of shit. Obama had argued after the deaths of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. Obama had argued that police brutality has an outsized impact on communities of color. And studies have shown that black unarmed men are almost 3.5 times more likely to be shot by police than white unarmed men. In a statement Thursday, where was he? In Poland? Obama said, quote, "When people say Black Lives Matter, it doesn't mean that blue lives don't matter. But right now, the data shows that black folks are more vulnerable to these kinds of incidents. There is a particular burden that is being placed on a group of our fellow citizens," end quote. Jesus Christ, Mr. President, that's the best you can do. Yeah, it is, and I don't blame you. After all, you're a black man too, right? You know what you're up against. You know what you're up against when you got elected. Son of a bitch, how did that happen? But the piece of shit, Joe Walsh, told CNN's Don Lemon, quote, "When people on the street hear the President of the United States time after time say that there is racism in police departments all over the country, man, that kind of hating leads to what you got in Dallas," end quote. Oh my God. You see? You see? Police fatalities have been declining steadily in recent years, while the deaths of civilians, especially black civilians, has been increasing. The Black Lives Matter movement advocates dignity, justice, freedom, not murder. But it's a waste. It's just an absolute waste of breath, time, energy to point that out. Because, you see, to these white people, the Negroes don't have a fucking leg to stand on. Shut the fuck up and sit down. So a bunch of you are being killed with alarming regularity. It's your fault. But let any kind of an organization, whether it is the Black Panthers Defense Organization or a group of old black folks who get together in a church after 9 of their fellows have been shot dead while they're praying. But any of those black folk who get together to form you're black Muslim in the United, oh, fuck you. You hate whitey. I've heard Malcolm X or Louis Farrakhan. Any organization among black people at all to resist the violence that this culture has put on them for 350 years is seen as some kind of, by the right-wingers, ooh, the Negroes are organizing. Quick, give me my gun! You know what that is? And we know this. White people who still have a fucking brain and still know how to think, we know what that is. That's historical guilt that just fucking goes down from generation to generation. White people know. I don't think the majority of whites will face that reality, but it's there. I mean, when we put the country together, Negroes weren't even considered human. They were 3/5 of a fucking human. We hold these truths to be self-evident, my ass. Jesus.